Hey my greats, welcome to another episode of Ashley Makes It, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made this wall mirror by scratch. So if you're interested in seeing how I did it, just keep on watching. So I'm starting off with my molding or trim. You can use whatever molding or trim that you want. This is the one I got it from Home Depot. And I am just marking the length of my plywood, which is also the length that I want my mirror to be, with a pencil. And I'm making a line all the way across the entire back and the front. And now I am marking on both sides of it which side is going to be the S side, which is short, and which side is going to be the long side, which is that L. And that's going to help me for when I am cutting my angled edges, because I don't want my edges to be just straight. I want them to be at an angle. Okay, so now I'm just using my miter box. This yellow thing is called a miter box, and you just use it to cut angles, and it lets you cut 90-degree angles, 45-degree angles, or just straight across. I'm doing the 90-degree. It's super simple. You just take your saw and put it in between those little box lines and start cutting. And this is what it looks like when you're done. You can choose whatever angle you want, but this is the angle I went with. Okay, so I'm back inside with the main part of my mirror board. And as you can see, I already cut a piece of trim with the angle, and they match. It looks really, really good. So I'm happy with this. Now I'm going to take the other side of the trim and cut it at the same angle, making sure that the L side is still long when I get done cutting it, and S side is still short when I cut it. I wanted to show you guys another way to cut in case you weren't all that confident in your cuts. You can use the miter box to just make a slight indentation, and then holding it down with some clamps, you can use the side of your cutting board to go ahead and cut it off the side of the board. That way you protect your fingers, your body parts, and you don't have to worry about cutting yourself this way. And it works just as good as using the miter box itself. Okay, now that side is done, it fits the other side. We're doing the rest of them off camera, so let's move on. Now it's just time to glue it all down, and I'm just using wood glue here, Gorilla Glue to be exact, and I'm just being very liberal with it, putting a good excessive amount on here because you want it to stick and not come off. We're not going to be using any nails, so keep that in mind when you're gluing everything down, and don't be shy about it. Now it's time to clean up those corners, and I'm going to be using wood filler to clean up some of those gaps. And it's super easy. You just use your what is this called? I can't remember. Anyway, you just put the wood filler into the gaps and the holes, and this one changes colors when it's done drying. So it goes on kind of pink purplish, and then it dries to a nice wood color or natural tone is what the box says, and it's from Elmer's. It's a Elmer's brand. It worked really well. It wasn't very hard to sand either, so I really liked it. Alright, this is what we're looking like now. The putty said once it turns to a natural color, then we can start sanding. So now that everything is good and sanded down, I'm just cleaning all that sawdust off with my vinegar water mix solution, getting it all nice and clean, and then it's time to prime it, paint it, and seal it. So I got the mirror put in, but they ended up making a few scratches onto the front of it. So I'm going back over with a little bit more paint. And it's complete. This is what we're looking like right before I take the paper off. I took my time peeling back the paper and the tape because I didn't want it to ruin the paint job that I'd done. But just to give you a visual of how slowly it took me, it's going 2 times faster in this clip, and it still looks like I'm moving as slow as a turtle. That's how slowly I was going. So just keep that in mind. I had my mirror professionally installed here in the Mobile area by Southern Glass. I did that because Lowe's did not have the size mirror that I needed, and I ended up having to go on a whole citywide search for mirror. I talked about it a lot more on my vlog about this, so check that out if you're interested in hearing about my experience. This is what the mirror looks like next to my floor length mirror. And this is what it looks like next to my bed. I didn't mount it on the wall because I'm going to be using it for something different. It looks really, really good. I'm super happy with it. and this is what I used it for. And if you want to see this is my DIY shiver robe, and there's a video on how I made it on my channel, so just click on to the playlist and you can watch that. Thanks, my greats. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a like, and if I deserve it, give me a subscribe. Make sure to share and leave a comment, and stick around to see my next video. I have a lot to show you. And remember, make each day a great day. Now go be great.